what a wonderful gift. And as you know, my passion is making sure that those who have that kind of caring to share, and the wisdom, those are the people that I love publishing and working with. And so I'm so glad that what we see today is just as much as as Charisse impacted my life in working with her, she's impacted yours. And now there's this ripple effect. So I look forward to having another guest next week, or not next week, the week after. And I have an idea too, that I'll square away with you on who's coming up next, because it's amazing. I think the one thing I want to center on and get your opinion on for others, it's when you start going more deep in connection with focusing on quality, that then equals the quantity of the ripple and the opportunities that arise in a network. That's when things happen. And my line is, most people are checker players. They're going one move after the other. But we need to be chess players. We need to have the strategy of, yeah, but if you do this, and then you can do that, and then what if it goes here? And the moves that can move forward with you, you can, accelerate the goal achievement that you would be looking for. So that's where I think bringing on individuals who actually implement some of the networking strategies. And we just have one now that's a phenomenal story that I want to bring on next time. It I want to show people that kind of maneuver, if you will, sincere, focused, and strategic, not manipulative, but very strategic.
I tell you, I am just in awe of individuals like Charisse, and the fact that, being an author in the realm of, I guess, being able to educate and inspire individuals. But what you've created with networking is that net effect of actually not networking, but creating these meaningful relationships and contributions between the authors, right? Like, I feel a little bad right now because that entire conversation with Charisse was not live. And
oh my gosh.
Amazing. Nobody would believe us, but she was here. She was here. And now she's, of course, probably in a business meeting and ducked out. But I will.
Yeah, we'll definitely get her back on, because when she weighs in on something, it is all about wealth to worth.
It's powerful. So we just finished wrapping up talking to Charisse Conanan Johnson, a wealthy girl, 7 steps to prosperity, peace, and personal power. And one thing that, as I mentioned when she was just with us, and unfortunately you can't see it, is that she has a recent article right now that came out in Crain's, Chicago. And one of the things that, I'll just read it, was pretty powerful, is she said, despite such roadblocks, like, things and barriers of entry to minorities and people of color and historically marginalized people.
And women.
Right. But she's specifically talking about, she cites a 5-year study that found that Black women have more entrepreneurial desire than any other population group.
That's
and
right.
Another study she points to is that that it found that Black business owners ended up accumulating, on average, 10 times more household wealth than non-entrepreneurs. And that's really key, because when I read that, I thought, wow, for everyone who is always like, gosh, you're always doing something. You've got this over here, you got that over here. And what I said to Charisse was that I don't typically call them side hustles, right? Because there's a bit of a negative connotation in hustle with Black and brown people that I just want to toss out and not necessarily come from that space. But as the executive director of Collaboration, a social justice healing theater company, which devises original works for the people, by the people, in the neighborhoods in which we serve, each one of our leadership has a passion. Our artistic director is an actor, a thriving, brilliant actor. I, of course, have Redwood Cove. These are not full-time jobs, but they're places where we can fulfill our passion. And in some cases, it provides some extra income. And that's always been something that within the Black community, specifically as a Black woman, I'll speak on, that my mom had multiple jobs, right? Like we had to find ways to make it work. And so I really appreciate how she defined, there are studies out there, to your point. She's always on point. So we'll definitely get her back. It was a blessing to have her for 20 minutes today when all I asked for was 10. So Melissa, speaking of giving things, you have the Great Exchange fillable
guidebook. Yes. So my thing is, I spent at least 15 years working on developing a process for networking that's more expansive. It's opportunity expansive. It's soulful. It's connective. And networking stands for building mutually beneficial relationships to create not just opportunities, but transformational opportunities. And that reaching forward, working with companies like Fortune Brands, Motorola, Office Depot, American Express, Accenture, Deloitte, through the years, it was such a gift to be able to test out the process and get that out into the world. And so now, when I shifted to helping authors, because I thought I got to make a bigger difference in the world. So 11 years ago, I started helping authors, about 10 to 15 a year, and have helped 160 so far get their books out in the world. I only work with people who are thought leaders, who are focused on making a difference. Now, with the networking process, I'm blending it into the work we do. And that's why, you talked about Saudia, our support group. It's made such a difference because everybody's helping each other. So laying in that networking methodology of transformational opportunities, I would say everything that you see, what's happening with Charisse, that's the power of networking with the support of the authors. And moving forward, the guidebook is a gift. It doesn't cost anything. Anyone can start support circles. When we were talking with Charisse, she talked about wealth support circles. If you blended networking with the wealth support circles, I can't imagine you could find anything better than that. But again, that's the goal, is for people to create and create and create. And so that's something that for anyone who's interested, you can always come and send me an email at melissa@networking.com, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn and ask for the guidebook. But it's a fillable guidebook, and the goal is to start circles of support all over the world and create transformational opportunities.
Yes, thank you, Melissa G. Wilson.
Thank you for calling me Melissa G. Wilson.
That's right. You got to throw that G in there. It's important.
You'll find me there. You'll find me there, girl.
So before we end, we are all about promoting our books and our the work that we do. And Melissa, as a writer, as an author.
Yes. And well, we have these 4, and then we also have 2 more out now on this wonderful series. We're going to be talking about some more. And we have 33 ways not to screw up cybersecurity, and 33 ways not to screw up your journalism. For all those people who aspire to get into journalism, no matter what, the book is great on writing. It's by an award-winning author. We'll get on our show. And has an endorsement by Dan Rather, that book. So we're very excited about the 33 Ways series. You can even go to 33waysseries.com and check those books out. And one of my very favorites is 33 Ways Not to Screw Up Creative Entrepreneurship. You couldn't get better than that. Creative entrepreneurship by you, Saudia Davis.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Charisse is on, and oh yeah, she's in a meeting. But anyways, it was really wonderful. Thank you so much, Charisse, for spending, I think it was at least 15 minutes with us. And as I've said before, I'm an analog girl living in a digital world. So unfortunately, that entire interview, Melissa and I had an incredible opportunity to experience it. But next time, we'll be sure to make sure I hit go live. But
Yeah.
until then, I hope that, you know, as I was thinking about just, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience for this week? It's a short week coming off of Juneteenth, as we celebrated freedom, right?
Yes,
None of us
yes.
are free until we're all free. And so anything you want to share going into this week?
Yeah, what comes up for me is truly, and you know how I work, I let things come up for me. So from an inspired place, go out and mentor one person this week. And if you want, ask for help. Ask one person you admire for help with something really simple, but it's a good start to get into that mentoring mindset and mastery, which is such a beautiful thing to give back and look for people you can help, because there's definitely going to be someone out there. So it's all about the great exchange. Ask for help and offer help. And by the way, in the Great Exchange, that's step 4 of networking, there are 7 levels of support, and it even gives you requests that you can make and also offers that you can make of support. So you can use that to actually start building your beautiful network and create transformational opportunities for you. And most importantly, others have the biggest ripple effect possible.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Creating opportunities for transformation.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting? I just love the feeling of it, because the one little thing I'll say is when I was at Fortune Brands and we were doing a panel, and I was sharing, I said, which would you rather create? I was talking to their top women. And I said, would you rather create an opportunity this year or a transformational opportunity? And then, like most of the presentations I did, we would always have a social hour. And afterward, I'm standing around, and these 2 women who were at the talk, they came running up screaming, we're going to create a transformational opportunity. The energy of that is so exciting. And the possibility that you could do that with someone, that's what it's about. You can find those people to make it happen. And Saudia, you and I talk about that all the time. What else can we do?
Yeah.
We're looking for the transformational opportunity. So we want to hear from others who have that happening. Go out and make it happen. It's very possible.
Well, I think that's a good call to action, Melissa. Like, actually, for anybody who's checking us out either on LinkedIn or on YouTube, for sure, send us, a note and let us know what transformational opportunity you created. How did it feel? What response did you get? I think what I would offer out there to individuals this week on our short week, after having a beautiful Father's Day and Juneteenth weekend, is find your peace. Find your peace of mind. And as I said, we had on today Charisse Conan Johnson, a wealthy girl, 7 steps to prosperity, peace, and personal power. And one thing that she said that I felt was so powerful is when she defined actually what it means to be at peace. Right? So that there's a certain level of peace that you have once you've realized a certain amount of wealth and prosperity. But she also doesn't define wealth and prosperity as just the numbers that are in the bank. So I encourage you to reach out. If you, like I said, share any opportunities of transformation with Melissa and myself. We are happy. We're both on Instagram and LinkedIn. That's me at Instagram. Let's put Melissa up there.
Yes, and I was also going to say on the Networlding site, Networld ING, I also have another free book, Lead Me to Success in Publishing, so that people who want to go from where you are now into prosperity through the power of writing. This is such a content-driven world where you can get your thoughts out and your insights out. That book will help you, and that's another freebie on the site. There are 800 blog posts on networlding.com to help you get started in writing and publishing. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity we have now, and take advantage of it because content is centric, right? You know, and it's going to be pretty much forever. So use your words, as moms say to young children. Use your words.
Use your words. Children, use your words. Find that child inside and go find your peace. And just know that your worth and who you are is the most valuable piece of the whole puzzle. And when you can bring that forth, it elevates your wealth. It does. It
really
will.
does. It really does. It helps. It helps. And write inspiring things, because I'll read those. I don't like things that aren't inspiring. Inspire me. Yes.
Yes. Well, everyone stay inspired. Have a great week. So good to see you. And we'll catch you next time. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. These are conversations that count. Thank you, Melissa. I love you so much.
You too.
Bye.